Despite a growing fear of identity theft, getting access to your personal information could be as easy as driving through your neighborhood.
And in his special report tonight, Ryan Elijah takes a look at the complex world of wireless security.
Chances are you haven't heard of a practice called war driving, but you may have been a victim. Armed with a Wi-Fi equipped laptop or PDA, war drivers drive around with one goal in mind: to detect as many wireless networks as they can.
Drive around and basically look for internet connections that are open, wireless routers that haven't been secured. People get them, set them up, and they connect to it and figure, they know, good, it works, and they don't think, well, somebody else could easily connect just as easily as I did.
Dave Bender took time out of his job as a computer technician at Alpha Computer Services to help us experience war driving. He started out on Illinois Road, where the more I drove, the more wireless networks Dave found. From Hires Auto Parts to T-Mobile, wireless network names began appearing on the screen.
Here's Centennial Wireless. Oh, they're secured.
A padlock indicates whether the network is secure or not. If it's not, a skilled war driver with bad intentions could have access to all sorts of information.
They can actually connect to your computers, and that's where you have a potential risk of leaking information about yourself, about your bank account, your passwords, your credit cards.
But it's not just businesses that are at risk. A quick drive through a residential complex turned up plenty more unsecure sites.
I could even connect to the router because I bet it has no password.
At this apartment complex, it was very easy to find a router in almost every building. Many of them were unsecured, and just because you do not have a wireless does not mean you're not vulnerable.
Even if you're just using it to wire directly into, and you never even thought about the fact that it's got an antenna on it, you could be at risk for your network being infiltrated by a war driver.
So how can you protect yourself? Well, Dave says it's important to have a computer company set your router to WEP encryption and make sure your firewall is turned on. Stealing wireless content is still an evolving area in terms of being a crime, but in Indiana, war drivers with bad intentions could be facing felony charges.
By chance, if you did hack into a mainframe, and it would be a misdemeanor for trespass, but if you started extracting or changing any type of information or benefiting from it, then it goes to a Class D felony.
But catching cyber thieves can be difficult with powerful tools like Linux that allows a user to access a site and leave no fingerprints that they were ever there. Law enforcement agencies are continually updating their cyber crime divisions as the wireless explosion continues around the country. From Fort Wayne, for Indiana's News Center, I'm Ryan Elijah.
Up next, Curtis says our soggy weather